basically, I want to give you a view of demystify some of the concepts and the nomenclature that's been thrown around. It's not really a technology talk, it's the utilization of technology to bring and empower individuals to have a better quality of life and be participants in the way that they live their lives. So, for the people in here that do big data, I've got a piece of news for you, because Forbes tells me, and if it's in Forbes it's right, that the Internet of Things and Internet of Everything, I'm going to use those terms interchangeably, I'm trying to make you understand what it is the next hyped technology. In fact, it's not hyped, it's actually happening just now. We're at the very beginning of it. But the seed, if you like, is, as everyone knows, is the proliferation of the smartphone, for instance. And although this type of data traffic is increasing significantly, it's probably due to the normal services and the high definition video. But what is not so obvious is that each one of your phones has got a multiple of sensors in it. So generating a lot of data about the individual. And if you look at what's happening here, the market size is in billions, and you see that the cell phone is increasing, but the Internet of Things, as I'm going to explain, is a way which is much bigger. And Internet of Things, as the name suggests, is increased device proliferation and deployment and sources of data. Now, it's not only the device that's proliferating, it's the connection. So there's multiple connections between individuals. So instead of having things on the internet, what you find is that things beginning to talk to each other. So there's machine-to-machine communication, but what I'm more interested in is, that would be a classical Internet of Things, but Internet of Everything involves people. And we mustn't ever forget the power of the individual to contribute to its way. So as these things start to talk to each other, then the amount of data they generate, what happens is that you can start to derive additional information about it, and you can start to distribute intelligence through it. So I'm talking about an engineering solution here, not a data science solution. It's got to be deployable, it's got to bring value, to the operation or the activity you do. So the market, which drives any hype, is very great. So machine to machine is 20 times the market of smartphones. So there is a great opportunity for wealth creation, as well as, and wealth creation spawns an awful lot of goodness with respect to the individuals that inhabit, the cities throughout the world. Now, if you look at that, this is Ericsson. Ericsson is a big company. See what they're saying, information highways, the key priority development of sustainable societies. It's not just the information highways. I'm interested in the data that's flowing about those. And I'm also interested in creating a distributed environment where you stifle the amount of data. Redundant data doesn't mean anything to me. I need to understand and put context on it. So when I talk about the Industrial Revolution, I'm talking about the classical evolution of mechanization and economies of scale, to electronic communication when you have online systems, which is the second division. And the industrial internet is the next wave. And here, it provides an awful lot of opportunities. And what I'll do in the next couple of slides is to give you an impression of the elements of that. So there's intelligent machines. So it's no longer a dumb terminal generating data. There's a smartness about what data it generates. Then you have to analyze that, aggregate it, analyze it to give much more richer information from multiple streams. And then what happens is put into context. Get the guys involved who are going to be using that environment to contribute to the development. So these are very complex slides. But what it's saying to you is that you've got the digital world and industrial world colliding. So now you don't sell aero engines, you sell the service of keeping that aero engine operational as much as possible. The business model changes because you understand the engine, you can monitor it, therefore you can tell them when to maintain it and replace it. We've got impinging on all manners of sectors. This is not a single track pony. It can, oil and gas, all of the major wealth creation, well as industry sectors can be impinged if you understand how to harness these principles into creating operational efficiencies and easier operating environments for the people who drive the system. Now, this is my favorite slide because it's all about technology. So what you have to do is, this is not, you can't have a piecemeal solution. You need to understand the generation of the data to the understanding of the data and using it in a useful way. So all of those things become important in the solution. You can't have piecemeal solutions. It's an integrated end-to-end solution. And all of those elements in there talk to each other. Then you overlay that with the value that each of these sectors brings, each of these layers brings, and you find that when you get to the top end of things, as you would expect, the services that they provide is a recurring model, therefore that's where the maximum value of any of these principles hold true. But you need the underbelly underneath it. And that underbelly allows you to cut that data to whatever you want. I love, this is a professorial slide. It's not here to make you read it. It's here to show you the multitude of services they can derive from multiple data sources. And if you analyze those, you can gain access to, or you can fashion an output, an interaction, which is very specific to individuals. And if I talk about a smart city, I think this stuff here is overly optimistic as we stand here, but there's nothing stopping us doing this. The technology is not the barrier. What I wanted to see here is the interaction of the individual and its own destiny. So talk about smart cities, smart hospitals, all of these things are based on the same principles. So the revolution I'm talking about is here now. It's about massification, it's connectivity and data-driven applications, and it's that spine of data, information, knowledge, and action, and the people involved in that, and it's people and machines working in harmony. It's transformational opportunities, and it's something that we'll have to harness very, very quickly. So, my thanks. We're heavily intertwined with various industries, and these are the guys that provided the slides for me, because I've got no time to do them myself. Okay?